talking about introduction of CSS Flexbox. I don't know, lately I've been feeling kind of down, but you guys don't really care or should care. I just want to speak out some feelings. Anyways, let's get started. Introduction to CSS Flexbox Challenge. A website user interface has two components. First, there are visual elements such as color, fonts, and images. Second, there is the placement or position of those elements in responsive web design. A UI layout must accommodate many different browsers and devices accessing the content. CSS3 introduces flexboxes or flexbox to create page layouts for dynamic UI. It's a layout mode that arranges elements in predictable ways. Okay, whatever. We're just going to be learning about CSS Flexbox. So let's have some fun. So this section uses alternating challenges. Style to show how to use CSS to position elements in a flexible way. First a challenge will explain theory, then a practical challenge using a simple tweak component will apply flexbox concept. If we put display flexbox, so display box, display flexbox or display flex. Alright, so you guys can see there we have a box container. Inside the box container we got box 1, box 2, and then box 1 is styled with blue. This is box 1, and box 2, this is box 2. And then they take up 50%. Cool beans. Alright. So to the right is the tweet embedded that will be used as a practical example. Some of the elements would look better with a different layout. The last challenge demonstrate display flex. Here you add it to several components in the tweet embedded to start adjusting their positioning. Add the CSS property display flex to all the following items. Note that the selectors are already set up in the CSS. So headers, profiling. I'm so sorry. So add the CSS property display flex to the following items. So we want to add display flex to the header. Okay, so the header is right here. So we add display flex, so then it makes everything very flexible in there. And then the header that has the profile name inside, display flex. The button, display flex. Then the header, display flex. So basically, I guess it just like moves everything around, like makes everything squishy, I guess you could say. Display flex, display flex. Because right here we got a header with an image, a div that has a box containing this stuff, and then another box that has a button in it. Then we have content. Very cool. Guys, I'm so sorry if I'm very quiet or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm just very quiet today. And I'm sorry for making you guys fall asleep. I hope you guys are following along on this CSS. Wow, I sound like one of those old white people that like have glasses and sit in front of a computer and read to you guys. No, nice monotone voice. Adding display flex to an element turns it into an flex container. This makes it possible to align any children of that element into rows or columns. You do this by adding the flex direction property to the parent item and setting it to a row or column, creating a row. Other options are flex direction. So when we have display flex, we can change the direction of flex. So instead of having it as the default as column, we can change it to row. Or I think it's already. I'm so sorry. I think it's already. Yeah, I think it's already on. What's it called? The default is already on row. And wow, very cool. Very cool, I guess you can say. Okie dokie. So the header and the footer in the tweet embedded example have add the CSS property flex direction to both header and footer and set the value to row. So flex direction, flex direction, and then set it to row. Correct. And then in the footer do the same thing. Cool. Alright. Use the CSS property flex direction and make it into a column. So flex direction column. Alright, the tweet embedded header and footer use flex direction property earlier as a row. So the profile name should act like a column. So if we go to the profile name here, you want to display flex and then make the flex direction as a column. So let's see how that's gonna work out. So it brings the thing that was here. Okay. Ask me later, man. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's peep it. Sometimes the flex items with the flex container do not fill all that space in the container, as you guys can see here. It is common to want to tell how to align and space out the flex items a certain way. Fortunately, the justify content property has several options to do this, but this is important terminology to understand those options here. Recall. Okay. There are several options for how to space the flex items along the line that the main axis of the most commonly used justify content center, which align all the flex items to the center inside the flex container. Flex start. Alright guys, I'm sorry. I'm too tired to do this. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry.